welcome back to AWS On Air, live from AWS reInvent 2022. I'm Steve Roberts, developer advocate for .NET and PowerShell at AWS, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jeff.
Hey everyone, my name is Jeff Marushak. I am a senior solutions architect with our DoD Air Force team, and today, for this session, we are joined by our guests, Claire and David. You guys want to introduce yourself?
Sure, hi, I'm David Quattrone. I'm the CTO and co-founder at Cvent.
And I'm Clare Ward. I'm the technology leader for the Travel and Hospitality Solutions Worldwide Industry Practice.
Awesome. So, Cvent. Let's talk a little bit about what Cvent is.
So Cvent is a global leader in event and hospitality technologies. We're very focused on helping our customers meet their event program and corporate travel needs through our software.
Cool.
So we're talking about sustainability.
We are.
Yeah. Yes, we are, right? So obviously, travel and hospitality, people moving around, hotels, venues, etc. How does sustainability play in to that? How are we helping that?
Sure, absolutely. From Cvent's perspective, we take sustainability from kind of our environmental impact from two aspects. The first is kind of what we're doing from a corporate perspective and how we run our business and its operations, but more importantly, how that our technology can help our customers run less impactful events when it comes to environmental impact for their event programs, corporate travel programs, and their events themselves, and what they're trying to do with their customers.
Yeah. Can you go over some of what Cvent's sustainability goals are?
Sure, yeah, from our perspective internally, our main focus is around our offices and our data centers, of course, and then from the customer's perspective, it's really about giving them best practices for how they can run those sustainable events programs and travel programs. We recently had our user conference, regional user conference in Europe, and sustainability was front and center in all the conversations, whether it was our hotel partners, our travel partners, or our customers themselves. They were all really focused on what they can do with our technology to help make their programs better and less impactful to the environment and everything else around them.
Oh, and how is AWS helping with those goals?
So across all of our travel and hospitality customers, we're seeing sustainability absolutely top of mind. Firstly, Amazon. So Amazon co-founded the Climate Pledge in 2019.
You're right, yep.
And has committed to become carbon neutral by 2040. Additionally, we're on target to power 100% of our operations with 100% renewable energy by 2025. At AWS, we help customers like Cvent achieve their sustainability goals both on the cloud and through the cloud. So our data centers, for example, our data centers are 3.6 times as energy efficient as the average data center in America, and over 5 times as energy efficient as the average data center in Asia or Europe. And our customers right now are baking sustainability into their business plans and budgets for 2023 through cloud-based digital transformation programs. And we mustn't forget the end consumer, our travelers, our guests. Recent surveys told us that 83% of people think sustainable travel is vital, and 71% of people told us they're already considering sustainability in their travel choices.
That's interesting. So, our previous segment, we were talking about some machine learning features. How is Cvent using some machine learning to help with sustainability?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like Claire said, the customers are up front. They have a lot of pledges at their own corporations. So when they look at their travel programs or their business transient programs or their event travel programs, they're looking at where people are flying in from, where's the best place to host your event, is that event venue, a green venue, and they figure out where also hybrid events would come in place or virtual events. How do they reach more impact without necessarily have the travel coming in? So in terms of putting the data analysis and ML around that, they'll actually do reports around where those travelers are flying in from to pick the best venues for that, whether they're regional venues, and then they figure out how they're going to put in those virtual events into their events program and their travel program in order to reduce that footprint.
So, presumably, behind the scenes, there's also an awful lot of measurement going on.
Absolutely.
Right? Are we actually moving towards those targets? Are we hitting what we need to do? Are we helping, or are you, are you helping in gathering that data, helping customers process it?
Yes, absolutely. They're looking at the reports across their programs and getting governance on that, so they can go in and report to their boards and go in and report to their customers. If you think about it, the attendees at these events, the event professionals themselves that are putting them on, are really, really focused on this right now, and they're giving feedback all the time about the events they're going to and what they're doing and how they're being run to make sure that they're having that impact that they're looking for.
So can you discuss some of the results that you're seeing because of all this?
Sure. I mean, when we talk about our own data centers, we actually were founded in 1999 before any of these cloud providers were out there. So we ran our own data centers for a number of years. We ran hybrid for a number of years. When we actually did that whole big lift and shift and brought our entire enterprise platform into the cloud, we were actually able to get 78% reduction in our carbon emissions through AWS. And more importantly, when we look at the 5-year projections for that, it's more than 10,000 metric tons of reduction in carbon impact. And obviously, as a lot of the great things that we've been talking about here at AWS reInvent in the keynotes, all of those investments that Amazon is making around their technologies, how they're delivering technologies, we'll be able to leverage that and then push that through all of our customers, and they'll be able to take advantage of it for their programs.
That's great.
So if I was a customer today, maybe I'm running an event and I'm looking to make it sustainable, where would I go to get started? What would I do?
I mean, in terms of when you're evaluating the sourcing and the venues you're going to, you can go in there and look at what those venues are doing themselves. One of the other ways that we're looking to reduce impact towards events is a lot of times people would fly out or travel out for an on-site. We're using virtual technology to be able to do virtual tours around that, so you can reduce that kind of travel
so you
around
don't need to actually travel out to go and look at a venue. You can do it.
You don't have to do it as much, and you
cool.
can go and use that VR 3D rendering around your event to go see what your program would look like.
Yeah.
They're also mixing in, like I said, the engagement in the virtual events tied into their program, so if they don't have to get the travel in, they can look to cut that back. And then again, obviously measuring all that and looking for how it's impacting what's actually going on.
Yeah, this is really interesting. But I can imagine, we talked about data centers earlier. Mm-hmm. You talked about the sustainability of the AWS data centers. It seems like moving to the cloud can be a step in the direction of improving your sustainability.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you also think about when you have event technologies and traffic, a lot of it is burst traffic, so we don't need to be there all the time. Yeah. To be able to have our technologies scale up and down as our customers need it to do, and then go away when they don't need it. If you think about what happens when you guys turn on the scheduling component of your event and everyone rushes in, all 50,000 attendees rush in to try to get their schedules and make sure that they have the capacity to do that. There's a lot of burst traffic that comes in. We can spin up those instances, we can handle the volume, and then shut them down after it's done and reduce that overall impact.
Those servers don't stay on your books for 3 years.
They don't stay on the books. It saves us a little bit of money, saves our customers a little bit of money, and it has a good impact from an environment perspective.
Great.
So where do you think this is going to go in the future? Sustainability, especially around travel and hospitality. I guess we've already mentioned virtual events, right?
Right.
Alongside, do you think that's going to increase?
Oh, absolutely. I think after the last couple of years, people are very concerned about safety and their environmental impact. They realize the choices they make in their day-to-day lives is impacting things, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. And when you think about all the ESG goals that these organizations have, that's going to continue on into the future, and it's going to be a big focus of the marketplace.
Well, we have 1 minute left. Is there anything else that we maybe missed that you want to make sure you get across to our viewers?
No, I think just making sure that it's out there and you're thinking creatively on how you can meet your goals, your constituency goals, and your customers' goals, but at the same time, reduce that environmental impact where you can, and using technology to get there is one of the best ways to do it.
Well, I think just hearing examples like this, people don't always think, oh, I can save the environment by doing something a slightly different way. So even just hearing about, oh yeah, virtual tours and different options for travel, I think that opens up everyone's minds a little bit. So
yeah, I think the virtual tour thing is especially cool, right? I mean, I'm used to going to a hotel room. It's like, yeah, I don't need my towels changing today, or right. That's the level of sustainability I think about day to day, right? But the ability to say, oh, I want to run an event, but now I want to go and take a look at what's it going to look like without needing to travel?
Right. Yeah.
That's great.
Absolutely. And you think about all the digitization around the events. You no longer have as much paper or anything going on because you can digitize it all.
Yeah, great.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Claire and David,
Great.
for joining
Thank
us to
you.
talk about sustainability. That was awesome. Stay tuned. We will be right back with another segment shortly.